Hi folks, it's Mike Murphy, and in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to add the n8n Instance-Level MCP Server in OpenAI Codex. So you can have Codex build n8n workflows by just entering in text prompts in Codex. And don't you worry, there is no copying and pasting of JSON files into the n8n app. Codex is going to build your n8n workflows for you right inside of the n8n interface. It is pretty awesome. Sign in to n8n. Confirm that you are using version 2.18.3 or later. To check and see which version of n8n you are currently using, go to the bottom left corner, click on Settings, click on Usage and Plan, and there you will see the current version number in the left sidebar. And if you can't read it, go ahead and click it, and you'll see the pop-up. That's going to tell you your current version number, which you must be on version 2.18.3 or later. To enable the n8n Instance-Level MCP, so you can use it in your favorite AI coding agents like Claude Code, Gemini, OpenCode, and like we're going to do today, OpenAI Codex. All you have to do is go to the bottom left corner, click on Settings, and there you will see Instance-Level MCP. Go ahead and click on that. Connect AI assistants to your workflows. Let MCP clients like Claude, Lovable, and other AI tools discover and execute your n8n workflows. To do so, you're just going to click on the button, and once you do, you should see the green toggle on, letting you know that the MCP access is now enabled. To add the Instance-Level MCP to OpenAI Codex, we're going to click on the button Connection Details. Click on Access Token. First, you're going to copy the server URL, so just click the icon to copy it to your clipboard. Open the Codex app on your computer. If you go to the bottom left corner, click on Settings, then in the left sidebar, click on MCP Servers. To add the n8n Instance-Level MCP to Codex, I'm going to click on Add Server. In the name field, I'm going to click and give your MCP server a name. I'm just going to call it n8n MCP. On this tab, I'm going to click on Streamable HTTP. In the URL, I'm going to put the server URL that we copied from n8n. You're going to click on Connection Details in the top right corner, then click on Access Token, then click the icon to copy the server URL to your clipboard. Back in Codex, make sure you're on the Streamable HTTP tab. In URL, you're going to click and paste in the server URL. We are not going to put anything in the bearer token environment variable field, but I am calling out bearer token, so just remember that. Go down to the headers field. In the key field, you're going to type out the word authorization, so capital A, UTHORIZATION, okay? If this form confuses you, if you get confused by APIs, you've heard of bearer tokens, you've heard of headers and authorization, but you just never know what to put. You've read the API docs and you're like, it makes no sense to me. Well, you're not alone. They confuse me too, but I'm about to show you something and hopefully have a little bit of a light bulb moment. We'll go back to n8n. We're still on the Instance-Level MCP page. I'm going to click on Connection Details. Make sure on Access Token. Now, if you have seen this configuration JSON before and you're like, this is all gibberish, I'm not even going to look at it. Well, I promise you, from this moment on, you are never going to look at that little snippet of JSON code the same again. This is telling us that this is an MCP server. Okay, we knew that. The name of this MCP server is n8n MCP. Now, you don't have to name yours exactly like that, but that's what that's saying. The type is HTTP, which we can see in the URL that ends with HTTP, okay? Or here is the unlocking moment, your light bulb moment. Headers. Sound familiar? Authorization. Let's jump back into Codex. The key is authorization. We know that because it tells us right here, authorization. Then here is the kicker. This is the thing that has confused me more than anything else in API world or with MCPs, and that is bearer token. Now, this might seem obvious if you're a developer, if you work with APIs a lot, but I know for me, I have pasted in the access token many times after reading documentation. I saw bearer token listed, but I thought they were just describing the actual name of the token itself. I know, I could be an idiot, but that has tripped me up many times. The real aha moment is, though, if you just read the JSON configuration file instead of just glancing at it and be like, I have no idea what that means, I'm not even going to look at it, it's kind of obvious what you're supposed to do. Headers, okay, we know what headers is. We know that we're going to type in authorization. And looking at this, it's pretty dang obvious to me now that you're supposed to type out the word bearer, put a space, and then paste in your access token. So if you skip the configuration instructions and you just copy this, you probably would just paste it, right? That's what I would do. But check this out. You're going to click this little icon to generate your access token, okay? So we're clicking that. Now you can click this button to copy it to your clipboard. But before you jump out of here, go back to the configuration, your instructions that you ignore. Look at this. In the headers, we've got the authorization, which we already typed. That's the key. Bearer, space. This is the access token that we just generated. It is showing us exactly what to put in the field. So you can just copy this. You don't need the double quotations. Copy. Now you're going to go back into Codex and you're going to paste. Make sure that bearer is at the beginning. That is how you put in a bearer token. You actually type out the word bearer, capital B, space, then paste in the access token. You do not include the double quotations. There are no brackets around your access token. It's just bearer, space, paste in the entire access token. We are now ready to save. And if the save button is not active or lit up, make sure that you have a name in the name field as it's easy to miss. So we've got the server URL, nothing in the bearer token environment variable field, headers, capital A, authorization, capital B for bearer, space, access token. Good? We're going to click save. And now we see our n8n MCP server in the list. If you ever need to edit the n8n MCP servers or uninstall it, just click on the little gear icon, the uninstall button's in the top right corner, and you can change any of the settings. I'm going to go back. I'm going to quit Codex. So I'll go Codex, quit. Reopen the Codex app. I created an empty project called n8n Workflows. I'm going to click to start a new chat. Now I'm just going to ask Codex if it can see the n8n MCP server. So I'm going to say, what tools are available in the n8n MCP server? Now, if it can't see it, it's not going to tell me what tools are available. I'll check the deferred tool registry. Now, how do you like that? And just looking at the list, it pretty much looks like Codex can do every single thing that is possible in n8n. So I'm just going to ask Codex to list my n8n workflows just to confirm it is looking at my n8n instance. So can you list my available workflows? These are my personal workflows for this n8n account. Proof is in the pudding. Codex is in my n8n. It's not just referencing a generic n8n library. It is looking at mine. And now the last thing we need to do is see if Codex can actually build us an n8n workflow. So I'm going to ask Codex to build a simple weather app as a proof of concept. And of course, I use Codex to help me write the prompt. But this is just going to build a simple weather app to pull in the weather, the wind speed, and the time for Naples, Florida, which is where I live. So let's send it and see if Codex can do it. It's going to validate before creating it just to make sure that everything works. Validation passed with 3 nodes. But Codex is building this in n8n. We don't have to copy and paste code into n8n. It's doing it right in the n8n interface. It took about a minute. Codex created the workflow, validated to make sure it all worked. We can see the workflow ID so we can identify it in n8n. It is made up of 3 nodes. There's a manual trigger, an HTTP request node, and the edit field set node. And it's given us instructions. Open the workflow by just clicking on the link. We're going to click the execute button. Then we're going to check the final node, clean weather summary node, and that is going to show us the output table. Okay, so let's give it a whirl. It's opening up n8n. This is my n8n workspace. I'm going to click on the execute workflow just like it said. It's fetching the weather from Naples. All 3 nodes are in green, no error messages, which is rare for me. But again, I didn't build this. Clean weather summary, and we can see down below the output. Location, Naples, Florida. Temperature, 73.8. We call that a cool, comfortable evening here in Naples. Wind speed, 6.3 miles per hour. And the timestamp, the date, the time. Let's go back to the MCP settings page. So in the bottom left corner, click on settings, and then click on the Instance-Level MCP. And now we can see under workflows. That is the name of the workflow that Codex just built for us. We can see a description. We can click the dots. We can remove access from the server, or we can edit the description if we want. And the instance level means that you are turning on and off the MCP access for your different n8n workflows. So if you want to make this available for other workflows, you can come over here and click on Enable Workflows, and then you can just search through your list of workflows, and you can enable it for any workflow you want. If you want to remove the instant level MCP from any workflow, well, that's where you click this and remove access. You're not removing the entire MCP, you're just removing it from the individual workflow that you enabled it on. And if you want to turn on or turn off the entire instant level for all of your workflows, well, then you're going to use the toggle up in the top right. And that is how you set up and install the n8n Instance-Level MCP Server in OpenAI Codex. So now Codex can build workflows for you in your n8n instance, which is pretty cool. Very powerful, and I don't know about you, but I may never build my own n8n workflow again. My name is Mike Murphy, your AI handyman. Cheers.